So the game I'm playing today is called Clicker Heroes. Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with clicker games, which are basically these games that revolve around clicking objects or one particular object and earning points in order to purchase more upgrades and get even more points. And it pretty much just continues forever and ever with no real end in sight. Probably the most famous example of a clicker game is Cookie Clicker, because I think that's pretty much the game that started the whole clicker game trend. Well, this is Clicker Heroes, a game that I believe was originally released as a mobile game in 2014, but was later ported to the PC. This game is actually available on Steam, and the thing that I find really weird about this game in particular is that it's one of the most popular free-to-play games on Steam at the moment. In fact, if you go to the free-to-play page on Steam, Clicker Heroes is actually on the very first page of the most popular games tab. It actually shares the exact same page of that tab with games like Team Fortress 2 and Dota 2 and Warframe and all of those other popular free-to-play games. And me, being the naturally curious individual I am, decided to check it out. Now, I will say this. I'm not a really huge fan of clicker games. In fact, I just don't really like clicker games at all. I really don't understand the appeal of them. I don't know if I mentioned this before in one of my earlier videos. I feel like I have, but I just really don't like clicker games. For the most part, I think they're just boring and they offer no real challenge. But I decided to play this game a little bit off screen, and I think it's fair to say that I am now addicted to this game, and I hate myself for it. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys my most recent gaming addiction that I am very ashamed of, so let's go. Right, so here's the actual game. Now when I said that I've been playing this game for a little bit, that was a massive understatement. I've actually been playing this game a lot. More than I care to admit, to be honest. As you can see, I'm already up to level 80, and I'm not even close to like the very last level, because I believe there's supposed to be like hundreds of levels in this game, so I'm nowhere near the end, and I'm not sure if this game even has a final level. So there's quite a bit of stuff going on here on the user interface, so I'll try to explain this as best as I possibly can. So Clicker Heroes is a clicker game. Basically, the objective here is that you have all these enemies that don't actually attack you, and you can attack them though, and the way you attack them is by clicking on them just like this, and you can also click on them multiple times. You just go completely buck wild with left click. You can just attack them multiple times right here and just completely destroy them, destroy all their faces, and when you kill an enemy, they drop gold. Now, the amount of gold that they drop depends on what level you are currently at. So, as you can see, these snowmen drop 302 T gold, and if you don't know what the T stands for, that means 302 trillion. Yes, indeed, 302 trillion gold is being dropped. Also, this little fish right here, when you click on it, it gives you even more gold. Yeah, 2,401 trillion, which is over 2 quadrillion. So, this game has a lot of, it makes use of really large numbers. And that's the thing that I find kind of weird about it, because it almost seems like the developers are trying to sell this game on, you know, massive numbers, like the massive amount of damage you can perform on enemies in this game, or their massive health bars. Like, this little snowball enemy right here has like 7 quadrillion health. So, I don't know, it almost seems like they're trying to sell the game on this. So, as you're defeating enemies and collecting gold, you can use that gold to level up your heroes. Now, as you can see, I already have a bunch of heroes unlocked right here. In fact, all of the heroes that I currently have unlocked right now are Sid the Helpful Adventurer, who's at level 449, Tree Beast at level 423, Ivan the Drunken Brawler, Brittany Beach Princess, the Wandering Fisherman, Betty Clicker, the Masked Samurai, Leon the Great Forest Seer, Alexa Assassin, Natalia Ice Apprentice, and a whole bunch of other people right here. 4 heroes will become available to you as you keep earning gold. The most recent one I've unlocked so far is Athena, Goddess of War, and I think it's because I got a certain number of gold. I'm not sure how much exactly, but as you can see, I currently have almost 400 quadrillion gold, and I can level up any character I want here. There's not really any point in me leveling up these heroes over here, because these ones are pretty much the weaker heroes. As you can see, this is the amount of damage that they do, this little number right here. Like next to Tree Beast, you see the number 44,909 million, and that number denotes the amount of damage per second that they cause to enemies. And as you can see, my total damage per second, which is DPS, that's what that stands for, is currently at 737 trillion, and my click damage is at 22,130 billion, or basically 22 quadrillion. What I do find funny, though, is that you can actually use scientific notation for all these numbers. So, just to give you an idea of just how large they are, so 3.046 E14, or I think 3.046 multiplied by 14, I think that's what it's supposed to mean. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just going to disable that for now, because to be honest, the scientific notation makes it a little bit more confusing. Now, as you progress through all the levels, the game does start becoming very difficult, or at least it starts becoming very difficult to take out all the enemies, because they have massive amounts of health. Like at the level I'm at, the enemies have literally quadrillions of health, but I can cause like trillions of well, actually, hang on a second, did I say 22 quadrillion? No, I meant, I think I meant to say 22 trillion. Yeah, because quadrillion comes after trillion, so I don't know what the heck I was saying there. Yeah, so this game does become pretty difficult over time, but like I said, there isn't really too much of a challenge, because, I mean, the enemies don't even attack you, but you can attack the enemies. And, every 5 levels, there will be a boss that you have to fight, but again, the boss doesn't attack you. But you do have a time limit, though. As you can see, you need to take out this giant boss within 30 seconds, otherwise the level resets. And you can also purchase upgrades to help you with this. As you can see, I have about 5 of them unlocked right now. I have Clickstorm, which automatically performs 10 clicks per second for 30 seconds. Power Surge, which increases my DPS, basically doubles it, for 30 seconds. Lucky Strikes, 50% chance of critical clicks for 30 seconds. Yeah, there's also critical hits in this game, so occasionally, when you attack the enemies, you can do massive amounts of damage. Yeah, there you go. The number that said 331 trillion. That's the amount of damage I do whenever I get a critical hit, so that'll occur occasionally. Metal Detector, which increases the amount of gold that all of the enemies drop for 30 seconds. And Golden Clicks, which makes the enemies drop gold every time you click them. And actually, the cooldown for this just ran out, actually, so I can use it again. Okay, and the game kind of freaked out there for a moment. All the gold was just floating in the air. Now, there's also other upgrades that you can purchase with rubies. As you can see, there is a shop right here. And in the shop, you can use your rupees in order to purchase some upgrades, like fast forward 8 hours in time, your cooldowns refresh, and you get 8,661 quadrillion gold based on your DPS in your highest zone. Receive a 2x multiplier to all your damage forever. Also get an auto-clicker, so it just clicks automatically for you, so you don't have to. Because, I mean, left-clicking all the time in order to attack the enemies, it can really tire out your fingers at times, so I would like to possibly purchase an auto-clicker if I can. But then again, I also have some pretty high DPS here as well, so as you can see, I really don't even need to do anything, because all of my heroes right here are just taking out the enemies for me, so I really don't even have to do anything at this point. You can also purchase Hero Souls, which I'm not really sure what they do. Random Relics, I don't know what that does either, and Gilded Heroes, which I'm also not sure what that does. And, oh geez, okay. This must be all of the heroes that I've unlocked so far, actually, and, wow, okay. I still have a bunch of heroes to unlock. It doesn't seem like, it only seems like I've unlocked half of them right now. Holy crap, okay. Yeah, it seems like I can just purchase them with, my rubies, like 3 random ones, instead of, having to wait until I get a certain amount of gold in order to unlock them, but I'm not going to do that right now, mainly because I don't even have enough rubies to do so. But I guess one thing I could do, however, just because I have enough rubies, just get all the gold. Just purchase all the gold, please. There you go. So yeah, you can also purchase more rubies with real money, so this game does have microtransactions, but I'm not really too mad about the microtransactions in this one, because you can still obtain rubies by, you know, clicking on these little icons, like those little fish icons that you saw earlier. Occasionally, when you click on those, not only will they drop gold, but sometimes they'll drop rubies. Yeah, like this little thing right here. When you click on it, as you can see, it gave me 2 rubies. So it's not like you need to you know, purchase the rubies with real life money. You can just wait for these little icons to pop up and click them, and sometimes they'll give you rubies. And they do pop up pretty often as well, so be sure to click them whenever you get the chance. Right, so now that I have all of this gold, for goodness sakes, yeah, and I think this number right here is like 9 quintillion, because this is 9,202 quadrillion. Yeah, so there's massive numbers all over the place, massive numbers all day and night. So we could possibly try to kill the boss, and also we can go back to levels we've already beaten. Like, I can show you guys what happens if I go back to level 1 now. As you can see, everything is so weak and under-leveled that I just kill everything, like, instantly. And as you can see, they only give me 1 gold. Like, most of the enemies right here, like, the most amount of gold that these enemies give me is just 3, so, yeah, ridiculously under-leveled right here. Yeah, and also there's treasure chests that will sometimes appear as well, instead of enemies, and you definitely want to break those because they drop a ton of gold, as you can see right here. I can go to level 30, and as you can see, everything's still getting destroyed immediately. Now, one thing that I do really like about this game is that if you decide to stop playing the game and close it, your heroes will actually keep fighting the enemies for you. Because if you stop playing the game for a few hours and you come back, you'll actually receive a ton of gold. Like, the amount of gold you receive depends on how long the game has been closed for. So even if the game's not even open, your characters will still be fighting all of these enemies in the background, basically. Which I really do like, because it does get rid of a little bit of the grinding. I mean, you really do need to grind a lot in this game in order to get through some of the levels, because some of the bosses in this game are incredibly OP. Like the Yeti right here, which has over 100 quadrillion HP, and as you can see with the amount of DPS we have right now, we're barely doing anything to him. However, we can enable all of these upgrades right here to pretty much annihilate him immediately, which we might try doing. And you know what, just because I have enough money now, oh, and I just unlocked Aphrodite as well, so just get Athena right here, and now as you can see, we now have over 5 quadrillion DPS. So now as you can see, everything just dies within 2 seconds, which actually means we might be able to, we might be able to kill, Snowdeer right here by just, not doing anything at all. Yeah, his health bar is going down so quickly that we don't even need to do anything at this point. We've become so OP that we just sweep through everything right now. There you go. You're gonna die. You are dead. There we go. Just rake in our rewards right here. Then we can go to the next level right here. Yeah, so we have all of these different zones. Like I said, I don't know if there is a final level to this game, but I do know that there is supposed to be hundreds of levels. Like, for instance, there is a zone here called the Bloodlands, which I can only get to once I reach level 200, or after I beat level 200, so there's a lot of levels in this game, and I'm not sure if the game has an ending, or if the game is, like, infinite. I have no idea. So basically, whenever you unlock a new level, the objective is to kill at least 10 enemies in that level, after which you can then move on to the next one. So that's basically how this game works, and of course you only need to defeat one boss every 5 levels in order to, well, complete that particular level. Also, the amount of gold that you receive increases depending on your level as well. So for instance, we have Refrigerator, Ice Wizard. Yeah, that's a great pun right there. Best pun of 2016. And as you can see, he's basically a guy with an ice cube for a head. Now, he does have an unlockable ability, which is Icy Touch, which requires 288 quadrillion gold. And we actually need to level him up to level 125 in order to obtain that. But we also have Abaddon right here, who kind of looks like the Grim Reaper with his scythe right here. Actually, let me just go to the next level here very quickly. So basically what we can do is that we can level him up all the way to that level, because we do actually have enough gold to do so. And then we just need to wait until we get 256 quadrillion gold, and then we can level up this ability. So this unlocks the Dark Ritual skill, which multiplies DPS by 1.05 for the duration of your world, stacks up to 20 times per ascension. So we have the Dark Ritual right here. And I don't know what it means by the duration of my world, but I guess maybe it increases it infinitely, or like it increases it permanently, I should say. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. I don't know what that did. Cooldown is 8 hours. And it says that it can stack up to 20 times per ascension. Which I'm really not sure what the ascensions actually do in this game. So in the meantime, we could also level up King Midas and possibly increase our critical hit chance. But I'm not sure if we'll have enough gold to do that exactly. No, it doesn't seem like we have to. Yeah, and also, the amount of gold that it costs to level up your characters does increase as you level them up, and it does get pretty ridiculous after a while, so this game requires a lot of grinding, okay? It requires a ton of grinding right here, so I would say that it is best to increase the amount of gold you receive as much as possible. King Midas, all of his upgrades are actually upgrades that increase the amount of gold that you receive. Right, so I just cleared level 84 right here. Also, I didn't realize that I had the music disabled, so I decided to re-enable that. So now that we have enough right here, we can just get the gold blade upgrade. Now we're gonna have an even higher chance of getting critical hits. Also, I'm doing 166 trillion damage every single click right now, and the critical hits are 2.5 quadrillion, so getting pretty darn OP right now. Getting really, really OP. Let's see how much I can level up Mazu here. Okay, a few levels. The next DPS upgrade for him is Plasma Arc, which I only get at level 25. Alright, let's check out the big boss right here, okay? The boss is close to being at 1 quintillion, so I could possibly use all of these upgrades right here in order to take him out quickly, so might be a viable option. I think before I do that, though, I'll try and level up Mazu and try and get the Plasma Arc before I do that. Then we'll see if we can go in and wreck that boss. Right, I have enough to get the Plasma Arc now, so that's gonna multiply his DPS right there. Alright, so I now have 5,830 trillion DPS. So I mean, I could try and do this right now. Actually, what's the next one? Ancient Wrath, I need level 50 for this. Increase Mazu's DPS by 100%. Yeah, all of the bios of these characters, by the way, aren't really important, because this game doesn't really have a story. It's like when you choose to play the game for the first time, it just drops you right into the game. There's pretty much no explanation as to what the heck is going on, so it's not like any of this is important anyway. And also, you'll notice that the user interface here is actually decorated for Christmas. That's because there is a Christmas event going on in the game right now, because, I mean, Christmas is just a couple weeks away. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna, like, maybe level up Mazu here one more time. Well, actually, maybe I can level up IMMINENT, or however the heck you pronounce his name. I do realize these are supposed to be, like gods and goddesses, but holy crap, they have, like, almost unpronounceable names right here, but let's see if we can do this. And try enabling everything right here. So let's just go right now. There we go. Just enable everything and see if we can destroy them as fast as we possibly can. Oh yeah, we're certainly doing it right now. Holy crap. Okay. Level up IMMINENT just to keep increasing our DPS so we can do this a little bit faster. Okay, yeah. We're definitely gonna defeat him like this, guys. Yep, he's done. He's definitely done. There we go. So sometimes you can use those upgrades to complete levels. They are definitely useful. There we go, and suddenly I'm now at 651 quadrillion again, 689. Yeah, the only problem is that now I need to wait for everything to cool down. Well, now that I have all of this gold right here, I guess I could try and level up some more things. Actually, click the fish. Click the fish very quickly so I can get the rupees. Alright. Now, one thing you can also do is that if you press the Z button, or the Shift button, or either the Control button, instead of having to click every single time you want to level up your character, you can just click once, and he just goes straight to level 54 here, as you can see. So if you don't feel like clicking all the time in order to level up your characters, you can just do that instead. So now we need to wait until we get 270 quadrillion gold for this. Well, I've been playing for a little bit longer, guys, and now I'm at level 89, and as you can see, my DPS is like twice what it was before the jump cut, but yeah, my heroes are still having a very difficult time taking out all of the enemies right here, but while they're trying to take these mud golems out, I guess I could show some other screens here. There's also some different stats you can look at, like for instance your achievements. There's over 100 achievements in this game. I think the exact number is 111. Actually, hang on a second. I can get Eye in the Sky for Beast Lord now. Yeah, I also got Genesis Research for this guy whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. I also got Ancient Wrath. And I also got the Icy Touch for Refrigerator, which increases my critical click damage multiplier, which means... Yeah, my critical click damage is now at nearly 8 quadrillion. And then you have an actual stat screen right here, so it shows you the total amount of DPS, the total hero levels, that's all of their levels combined. I used 1 Dark Ritual so far, and the total amount of click damage I have, which is 442 trillion, the amount of clicks I've actually done, or I've made, so every time I click on an enemy, this will go up. I think even when I use the click storm, like the automatic thing, I think it goes up. Yeah, it does actually. So you also have the most clicks per second, critical click chance, critical click multiplier, which is already at 18, the total number of critical clicks you've obtained, most critical clicks per second, which so far is 13, the total amount of gold you've gained, which is at 25 quintillion, the amount of monsters I've killed, also the ascensions I've used, the mercenaries, the mercenary quests, which I'm not even sure what those things are exactly, and a whole bunch of other stuff I don't exactly care about. Now, I can also summon an Ancient right here. Again, I don't know what that does, and I don't really care either. Now, occasionally, because there's a Christmas event going on right now, there will be presents that suddenly pop up on the screen, and when you click them, you go to a minigame in which you have to click on a Christmas tree as many times as you possibly can in order for it to drop presents, and then you can open a present, and it'll give you an item right here. So I already have some items, like Copper Band of Thrift, Ranger Gloves of Freedom, Tundra Topper of Wallops, but it seems like they only work on certain heroes, and these heroes I don't actually have right now, like Dogcog, Libertas, Hecatoncheer. What the heck are these names, for goodness sakes? Oh yeah, and also I can change, I can choose my nickname as well, so I guess I'll call myself Robotnik35. I can find a clan or create a clan. But I don't think I will do that, though, because I don't care about it. So after playing for a while yet again, guys, I did manage to unlock the boss stage right here, or the boss level, and yeah, it has nearly 9 quintillion HP, and I'm still not doing enough damage in order to really destroy it in a fast enough time, like in 30 seconds, I mean. So other than that, guys, I think I am going to leave this video here. So that is Clicker Heroes, a game that I somehow managed to become addicted to, even though I don't really like this particular video game genre. Like, I'm really confused, because it's like, I don't like clicker games. In fact, clicker games are probably one of my least favorite genres of video games. Like, probably my second least favorite next to dating simulators, I would say. But it's like, as soon as I played this game, I just couldn't stop playing it. And to tell you guys the truth, I actually wanted to hate this game. Like, originally, I was going to play this just so that I could make fun of it, but to be honest, there's not really anything I can find about this game to make fun of. I mean, if I said I hated the game now, I would pretty much be acting like a hypocrite, because, I mean, this is a game that I've already sunk, like, a total of 10 hours into, I believe, including this session right now. So I think at this point it's too late to say that I hate this game, and I'm probably going to continue playing it. This is a game that I'm probably never going to stop playing, because, I mean, you know, once you go in the first time, there's no turning back after that. That's how these kinds of games get you, I think. They just, if you just play it once, that's it. You're done. You're screwed. You're trapped forever now, and there's no way you can escape. But other than that, guys, this game is actually still pretty fun for what it is, and if you want to play it for yourself, the link is in the description. It is a free-to-play game after all, so as I keep saying with all the free-to-play games I play, you might as well go check it out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go and click some more monsters to death. That kind of sounds weird when I word it like that, but anyway. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Later!